Hello and welcome back. So I've sold things at Lugnestead, so now I meant to go and see about the Bandits Lair last time, but let's go see about it now, unless I get sidetracked. Can we do that place or not? Okay, that's old tracks. We dealt with that group. Let's actually go through here. Maybe see something there. Also, yeah, one thing, I forgot to level up Hilmar. He doesn't, of course, have a perk point. This is level 12. Let's take melee skill, melee defense, and hit points. He has enough fatigue, I think. Right, head towards the Bandits Lair. So that is on a hill. And what do they have? They have a Hedge Knight, at least. Highwayman. Marksman and Raiders, so that is tough. That is rather tough, especially when it's on a hill. So if I do this, we definitely want to bring some nets for the Hedge Knight and potentially even some other targets. Probably want to go in during the night time as well. It's going to be rather painful. Yeah, I think we do try this though. Only 2 to 3 marksmen. So the ranged superiority is not that bad. The Hedge Knight can do some damage, but he will have upgrades for us. We'll see if I try to dagger him though. But who gets to use nets? Maybe Fahad. Perhaps I should have a one-handed weapon for him though, if I do that. And also, well, then again, 2 to 3 marksmen. Do I care about it being the night time or not? The Raiders also have throwing weapons, at least some of them. I don't remember if Highwaymen do. Throwing weapons can be bad. I also do have Adalbert's potential disarm against the Hedge Knight. Let's give Fahad some throwing nets, and I'll go with these better versions. And let's give him a boar spear. Now, does anyone else want a throwing net? Maybe Adelmar. Let's give him a net there. Now that I have combo, there's perhaps less of a reason to switch weapons, and also this is the better crossbow. I have only one of those. So switching into a light crossbow, not as helpful. Might be a different story if I had more of the same tier crossbow. Could still give someone a net or even 2. 23 melee defense for Esvig. At this point, maybe go without a shield. He's level 10. If he dies without a shield, then too bad for him, I guess. Give him a net. Let's actually give him 2 nets. Alright, and like I said, let's go in straight away. If I get immediately hit by crossbow fire and get injured, I might decide that it isn't worth it at this point and retreat. The terrain can roll well for us as well. Okay, the terrain is pretty bad. Pretty bad. 15 enemies in total. I'll wait with Ludger and Hilmar, and Randolph uses... Actually, I will also wait with Randolph. Let's see what happens here. I don't want to commit to this before I know how badly we get effed by the ranged. That's not too bad. Alright. Oh, why the hell are you going... God damn it, guys. Stop being so intelligent. Stop going for Gerbold. Alright. Gerbold. God damn it. He kind of can still fight, but I need to be super careful. If he gets hit again by something, I perhaps pull him back. Doing this without his firepower is going to be rather difficult. And if he dies here, then I don't think this will have been worth it, but oh well. Also, I thought this weapon was 5 reach, but apparently it's 4. Okay. Having a falcon would help a lot. Alright, I think we still fight. Even Gerbold, but I don't know, might be a mistake. So yeah, the terrain sucks. It really sucks. How about going for this hill here to the south with everyone? Alright, well at least we go around this. So Highwayman has a military pick. That's a pretty nasty weapon. No duelist though, so that's less damage. Okay, move there. And take the long way around, I guess. The crossbows, even when they're tier 1 crossbows, they hurt quite a bit. They also have bullseye. I don't want to charge here. Okay, take the long way around. You as well, Hilmar. Okay, what's happening? What the hell are you doing? Might still decide that this isn't worth it, depending on what happens. While we still can leave. Okay, Gerbold, you need to be super careful now. I'll actually use the adrenaline so I can move straight away. Okay, let's see if I can put Adelmar to a good high ground spot. If I had a competent archer, I could perhaps set up here and force them to come at me. Okay, so Esvik is nimble. It doesn't hurt that much getting hit by a crossbow. Sure. Okay, move there. Alright. Let us see how painful the next round is. You move there immediately. I suppose you as well. It's unlikely they want to engage in melee, I think. Going for the banner now. So it's 3 tier 1 crossbows. And they have very high chances to hit. Not sure I'm approaching this the correct way. But yeah, the plan is to take this hill and then engage in melee maybe around here. Set my own crossbow up somewhere on the hill. Start hopefully sniping them. If they had some tougher ranged units, then this would, I think, by now be a situation where I should flee. So I can't quite see. Can you make it that far? 1, 2, 3, 4. Yes, you can. Okay, Esvik has taken some damage. Can still take more. Oh, I blocked my crossbow. Well, of course I did. Of course I did. I can take that spot, though. And even fire, I guess, maybe, if this guy is in range, but he has 46 range defense. Well, I'll wait with you, Edelmar, I think. I'm pretty sure Hardened also made it so you can't re-roll the terrain in these situations, and I think that's a good change. Oh. They have decided to move for some reason. I suppose that's good. Kind of strange, but good. Okay, so I guess I do start firing at this highwayman then, instead of moving to the high ground, ever so slowly. Maybe take this spot though. Okay, headshot it. Alright, well, let's see what happens here. You use that now. Step forward. They have decided that they do want to melee, it seems. Maybe use... Well, I should probably wait still. Also, is hold steady plus range defense? Yes, it is. But let's still wait, I think. Before I start using those. Even the crossbow, at least one of them, has decided to move. Okay, I guess the AI was triggered because I'm taking this hill here, but this is a bit strange, since they clearly have the ranged superiority. So I don't know what the hell... Why they decided to do this. But I think overall it's good for us, so shouldn't complain. Anyways, Erwin, let's step here and maybe even... Do I want to engage this guy already? What I could also do is knock him there. I have... Let's see. What's your face? Oh, Winrick does get to move out of that. Rather not get hit on Winrick's armor by this weapon. So I think I do engage. But let's not use the knockback. Because if I do that, I can't use Winrick's attack. So attack there. Use step... Maybe here? Yeah, that's better. That leaves Hilmar a spot. Miss your 66. Okay. So I definitely want to reload. So I suppose I will do that immediately. But I might want to step to the high ground and do nothing else during this round with Edelmar. So he can start doing the combo 2 shots per round from a high ground position. So let's wait for Gerbold to get out of the way. Oh. Didn't see that coming. So you have Line Breaker. I don't actually see it in his perk list. Is it here? No. So why could you use that? I don't know. I guess he just has the perk for it. Anyways, nasty hit for Erwin. Uses pummel and hits Erwin. Oh, is it from... Yeah, okay, it's this thing. Okay. Pummel. First time I've seen this in use. Use a heavy attack to knock back your target and take their place, all in one action. Staggers target as well as dealing damage, pushes back the target and moves you into their position, inflicts extra fatigue. Okay, well, sucks for Erwin, but lucky for him, he's nimble. So he's kind of okay. Anyways, Ludger. Rather go against... lighter armored targets, but there's not really many to be had here. Someone needs to handle this flank here. But is it Ludger? This guy is a pretty poor matchup with medium armor and a shield. So I don't know. Also, I don't want to rush them there, that's pretty suicidal. Maybe I just hold position with Ludger and then we'll see. Use like Gerbold and Ludger to handle this guy. Hopefully Gerbold can stay alive on the high ground here. Save the nets for the inevitable Hedge Knight. Though there is a possibility I can kill enough of their guys before the Hedge Knight arrives, so that he decides to leave. We'll see. So if I... yeah, I can still decide to engage here. Maybe just hold position actually. So I have the option of moving to the low ground if I'd like. I could also try to trust in Gerbold's ability to deal with this guy, but it's not even guaranteed he decides to go the high ground route. Instead, he might go for the low ground route. Having like a capable thrower, or an archer, or another crossbow would help so much in a fight like this. Okay, I don't know. I'll just stay put. Let's wait and see. Adalbert likely does the same. Doesn't really want to leave this spot. There's a pretty good whip range here. Don't care about disarming this guy. I can't deal damage to him. So do nothing. Seems counterintuitive, but do nothing. Okay, fight hard. Like I said, let's save the nets. Then again, I have plenty of nets. But I don't need to use a net on this one. This one will die pretty easily. Might want to use some on the raiders though. Just hang around somewhere. Maybe move like one tile further. Okay, this is a better matchup for someone like Ludger. Okay, I could step here and potentially benefit from Inspiring Presence. I don't know if that's a good move though. Gerhard is nimble, so getting hit by those tier 1 crossbows isn't that bad. Also he has Steel Brow. He's been hit in the head, but it's fine. How about here, if I can get someone there? Really hurts having Gerbold damaged. I can't rely on him. Really need to take my time in this fight as well to try to not get too many of us killed. I think I do move there instead of taking the low ground here. I can leave that for Hilmar, then again Hilmar can move just there. I'll move there. Is there a point in using Encourage New? That affects no one. If I had quick hands, I could perhaps throw a net in a situation like this, but I don't, and he never will. Okay, I think we use the Tactician abilities next round. So let's move to a middle spot here. Steel Brow, fully intact armor, should be fine if he gets targeted by crossbow fire. So hold like there. Do nothing else. And now Hilmar takes... I think this spot, if he can... No, he actually can't attack from there. Okay, move. Or can he? Yes, he can. Yes, he can. Never mind. Because of the polearm perk leverage. So if I move here, can I attack twice? No. 2 AP plus 5. That's too many. Too many AP. Do that. Would be nice to have Pathfinder instead of Elusive. Anyways, he gets the fast adaptation going. Alright, Eswig. I guess I probably step somewhere here to get ready to handle the incoming raiders. He uses a net on someone that isn't this guy. This guy will still go down pretty easily. That's the plan at least. So use a net next round. That leaves this spot open, but I have these two and potentially Gerbold to handle that. I also have the rotation, but I don't think it helps in this spot, so... But if I move here, is that any better? Saves me a bit of fatigue. And also, actually, yeah, he has Vigilance, so maybe I just stay put. Yeah, actually, let's do that. Oh, but I used Recover, which... Oh, goddammit. I used Recover when I had 16 fatigue, so I benefit 1 fatigue out of using that, and I lose the Vigilant bonus, because the Recover sets my AP at 0, right? Costs 9 AP. Yeah, okay, whoops. Well, that's dumb. That's a pretty big mistake. It might not matter, but it's a pretty big mistake. Okay, so Gerbold, you just have to risk it getting hit again by a crossbow, but at least you're behind cover on high ground. Alright, and you take the high ground. I can fire. Should I fire? So the problem with firing is that I can't get the combo going after that. Not with this weapon. If I switch into this, then I can. So it's going to be 5 AP to reload. And then firing is 3. Am I understanding this correctly? Firing is... No, it's going to be 1 after that. It messes up the flow. However, what I can do... Yeah, I can switch into the light crossbow now and fire for 1 AP, right? And then I switch back into this. Fire. Reload, fire. If I understood this correctly, let's do that. Highest chance, very nice headshot. Right, Randulph, let's try to keep your unstoppable bonuses going. Which means no waiting. Okay, that's not that much. But we have plenty of time to deal with this guy. Getting through armor is difficult for the team. Especially when Gerbolt's flail is so hindered by those stupid crossbow bolts. Speaking of crossbows, I'm glad they're being this dumb, moving around instead of just peppering us. To keep on waiting. Alright. That's still fine. Now the priorities have shifted a little bit though, since I need to save my banner. So this guy gets netted. The highwaymen with these military picks, I'm definitely kind of afraid of them since I saw what that pummel can do. Likely go for a disarm, but we'll see. I can wait and decide. This is probably the Hedge Knight. Will he now come in range? Okay, you go for this one. Go for it again. Can't really afford to wait and try to get that Berserk going. Just end there, probably, since I can't really move any of these guys for a high ground spot anyway, so you have to just deal with it. Okay, you use a net. Maybe even equip the next one straight away. Use a net there. This guy is coming in. I think I equipped the next one. Okay, that was an outlaw, and now we are pretty much, well, a bit in trouble with Eswig, but he does have a rotation, so he's kind of okay still. Okay, probably just attack here. 67. Don't really see much else I could do with Gerhard. I could go for the 63 on this guy instead. Is it only Winrich who gets to act before he does? That seems to be the case. I'm using the abilities with Helmer. Okay, try to get the kill. You don't. It is a hit though. Okay, I'm not going to use a net there though. I cannot get Helmer in position to attack this guy, so we stick with the plan of using Hold Steady Onslaught. Begin with Onslaught. Okay, this is 40 fatigue. I actually cannot use both now. That's fine though, that's why I began with the other one. Do I want to step here? I think I do. Does put him in a slightly risky spot, but I have another tactician candidate as well. I think it's a better position to hold. If I use this now, I could use the dog. There is merit to using the dog already. Anyway, step there. Step there. Still don't see the Hedge Knight. There's still 2 hidden opponents. Really hope I can finish off this Highwayman. That's also a Berserk activation, though will I have enough fatigue to do anything with that? We'll see. If I use the dog, then this guy will have a target to go for next round. So I think I don't use it yet. There's the Hedge Knight. He's really dangerous. Comes with a 2-handed flail. Lots of armor, of course. Killing Frenzy Berserk combo. Combo is nasty. Oh, that is extremely nasty. He cannot do pound plus thresh though, unless he triggers Berserk. So maybe it doesn't matter. Oh, god damn it, he's immune to disarming. Oh, well, nice to know. Nice to know. So the only chance we have is to stun him. He's also resilient, so that's only a 1-turn stun. Well, okay. Luckily for us, he's very far away. Okay, that's 1 kill, and we do get to... Okay, nice. Go for it again. Yeah, there's no point in trying to move. Can I kill this guy during this round? I don't think so. Okay, now you switch weapon. Maybe I go for the marksman here. Yeah, seems... Well, then again, I could go for this highwayman. He's more dangerous. And the crossbow is an excellent weapon against armor. He also has bullseye. Yeah, this guy is more dangerous. Okay, then I can reload and fire again. 2 injuries, nice. Pierced arm muscles, injured shoulder. So his damage dealing capabilities have been hindered a lot. I'm really worried about this Hedge Knight. Anyways, Gerbold, you need to be able to do things. I think we do use the Whirling Death though. Which means I cannot attack during this round. But... Well, let's go ahead and use it. The question is, do I also use Adrenaline? I think I might want to save my... I mean, he also has more initiative. 51 against 48. Okay, I will not use Adrenaline here. Let's keep your fatigue instead. Okay, if someone's dying to a Hedge Knight, I guess Erwin is a prime candidate. He also comes with the shield. This is a flail though. And you can, yeah, actually, yeah, it doesn't matter that he has a shield. It's just going to ignore it. Cannot shield wall with this weapon. Not weapon, shield. $95 melee skill, 40 melee defense. 100 resolve. So what might happen here is that the Hedge Knight absolutely wrecks through us, or we manage to kill enough of his allies that he wants to leave, and that's the best case scenario probably. I can potentially stun him, but that's only for one turn. Well, we'll see. We'll see how it goes. Anyways, you step here, probably. Actually, do I want to do that, since Randolph wants to take that spot, actually. So maybe step here instead. Or even just recover, maybe. Yeah, Randolph moves here and attacks straight away. Next round. This is a 5 AP weapon. It cannot move here and attack though, since there's a height difference. Step there in front and... He's lost his armor though. Well, like I said, if someone's dying, it should be Erwin probably, despite the promised potential. So step there. Do nothing else. And we start dealing with this raider here. Probably do a rotation here with Esvik and Adalbert. So I might disarm instead, after which I can wait on the rotation. Heal a bit and do nothing else. Alright, so yeah, this guy will die pretty easily. This one... There is kind of a point in going for a disarm there as well, but 45. And actually it seems I cannot disarm this one. For some reason. Why not? Surely it's not from double grip. No. Do I for some reason not see him? Why do I not see him? You're too fat, Esvig. I can't see this target somehow. Oh, now I can. What the... Okay, never mind. Anyways, I guess I probably do go for the disarm there. And then do nothing else. And then we rotate at some point with Esvik and you start using your cleaver instead. I need to remember you can't actually disarm Hedge Knights. I wonder if the same is true for like Nomad Executioners. Will they also have Savage Strength? He also has the capability of using Rolling Death. But it seems he hasn't used it yet. He might though, at some point. Oh, he can use... With the combo, he can use that and attack. God damn it. Can he? 4 AP plus 6. So no, actually, never mind. So he does need the Berserk, which he gets so easily. He can one-shot Erwin. Can he one-shot Randolph? No. 9 lives. Oh well. So I might need to use like a net throw, slow him down even. And of course this weapon would be nice to get as an upgrade for Gerbold or even Randolph, but if it comes down to it, I think I will let him leave. Unless we can make him break morale-wise. Anyways, go for a disarm on this... Oh, goddammit. This guy. And do nothing else, I think. Unless I want to step here so I have a rotation there instead, which is a slightly safer spot for Esvik in the future. He's taken a lot of damage already. Nah, let's just stay put. Save your fatigue, I think. Switch into the cleaver already, maybe? Am I disarming anyone else? Maybe I want to disarm this guy as he comes closer. That's a semi-nasty weapon. Yeah, just stick with this for now. Alright, and Fahad, step closer to the Hedge Knight, I guess, so we can use the net. Here, maybe? Do do nothing else though. I could use the dog on this tile, but that blocks Randolph. So let's not. And also it is a target for this highwayman. Alright. So yeah, Randolph is also a target for a highwayman. Well, the highwayman. I can maybe kill him though. And also, yes, he's injured, so maybe it doesn't matter that much. Anyways, do as we discussed. Okay. And there. You do a bit of things there. Ilmar can activate Berserk, at least with a headshot. Probably does want to do so, despite this target fleeing. Is that correct? Is that correct? So this is attacking here is 3 AP since I have 2 allies. It's going to be the same there. It's a 95. No one else has Berserk. Well, actually no. Winrick does have Berserk, but he's running out of fatigue. Rumble is 12 fatigue to use. Can activate Berserk with this highwayman as well, potentially. He might not be able to break free from the net, which means he won't necessarily die during this round if I just leave him be. Will I have an actual target within range if I now kill this guy? I think I don't kill him, not with Hilmar at least. Maybe someone else kills him though. Frees up the space there, then I can move there with Hilmar. And attack someone else, someone more meaningful. So I will do it like that. Gerhard though might decide, or I might decide that it's the best course of action to finish off this guy to make space and also lower the resolve of the rest of them. But I think I'll wait. Okay, that's still okay. It's not fantastic, but it's still okay. And actually, I could wait and let the raider attack Ludger instead of going in here straight away. I do get the initiative penalty from doing that though. And initiative matters for flexibility reasons. 75 melee skill, huh? I think I'll just take my chances and go for it. Very good hit, not quite though, not quite a kill. Okay, you just end your turn there. Alright. Oh yeah, you need to reload. Can't keep doing the combo business. I don't have Berserk yet. Guess I go for this guy. 94. He's rather dangerous with that axe. Do it. Yeah, at this point it gets awkward without having Berserk for the combo crossbow. Could use the dog, I might. I maybe would. But the dog might be stupid enough to go for someone like a Hedge Knight. Which is actually detrimental to us. Does slow the Hedge Knight down for a little bit. But potentially dies to one hit. Which activates Berserk and Killing Frenzy. Probably do nothing else in that case. What if I switch into a net? Will that be a good idea? I don't think from his position that's a good idea. So I suppose he does nothing. If he had Vigilant, then it would be easier to keep the combo in going. Just end there. Okay, this guy is disarmed. So I think we just wait and see. There's probably going to be another net target here, and then we most likely just rotate out. Okay, now we use Hold Steady. And you also got the action points, which means if a target comes in range... Can I still attack? No, because this is 8 AP. Onslaught is 7, so with that I could have. With the 5 AP weapon. Well, anyways, use Hold Steady. And now do nothing else, I guess, unless I want to move there. That seems a bit iffy. Doesn't really accomplish much, if anything, so do nothing. Okay, Erwin is taking a lot of punishment. I think he will want to move away from that spot, and we'll just have to figure out another way of slowing the Hedge Knight down. It's not like Erwin can really handle that. Even if he had full health. He does have the Steel Brow, but he's down to 45 hit points, 0 armor. Alright. At this point I don't think I want to disarm this guy, so instead I wait and see if I want to disarm perhaps this one. If not, then perhaps get the cleaver out and kill this guy. I definitely might have bitten off too much here. More than I can chew. And I can't attack twice. I need more fatigue for Winric at some point. He does have the... Yeah, he has Battle Flow, actually. Actually, he has Battle Flow. In that case, I guess I attack this guy. It's a 95 to kill. Okay, do that. And then maybe step here. Can be hit by this weapon. 57 melee skill though. And minus 25% damage. Battleforged. The anticipation effect is gone. Let's just wait. Alright. Next victim. Yeah, I need to use a net on the Hedge Knight, and then we hope that we can handle it. Since I did decide to take this fight, we are committed. Honestly, I think it's possible that this might be a loss, but it might also be a zero casualty fight. Entirely dependent on the Hedge Knight's performance. I guess my performance as well. He is unaffected by a couple of his allies dying so far. Anyways, Erwin, you need to move out of there, but where will you go? Can I still use you in some way in the fight? Kind of. Don't want to step there. Also, do you have Vigorous Assault? Not as far as I can see. Lone Wolf, well, of course. That's not in effect, though. But as his allies are dead, if he's not fleeing, then that's going to further complicate things. So it's the nets and Winric's mace, mainly, that will hopefully handle the Hedge Knight. Have to stun lock him. Can't really stun lock him when Knockover is 23 fatigue to use. And I also need the damage from Winric's maces elsewhere. Anyways, the question was what to do with Airbrain. Maybe I step like here now. That's a free spot. He can do a little bit of something there. Can potentially decide to sacrifice him in some way from there, but he's like semi-safe for the time being there. He can handle a few more crossbow shots. This guy will be dead in time. Need like one good hit there. So I think I'll go for that. He does a bit of something. Though now I don't have a spot for Hilmar. He can't attack. Whoops. Mistake, kind of. Yeah, I could have moved there and attacked. That would have been... Yeah, that was a mistake. That was a mistake. So what's the best spot for Hilmar in that case? Even if I slow the Hedge Knight down, more targets will be coming in on this flank. Of course, there's plenty of them there. So maybe like here. Definitely don't want to step this far. So there's two options that I can see. There's this and this. This has more allies within... well, adjacent allies, which means more benefit from leverage. However, it's also detrimental for crowded. But we also have fast adaptation and backstabber, so that doesn't really matter. It's a pretty decent spot. It will have perhaps less targets overall, but after this guy's gone, I can of course move. So I think I do take this spot. I've made my choice. Okay, Gerhard just attacks, I believe. Maybe I could be positioning far better to benefit more from Inspiring Presence, but it is what it is for now, at least. It seems like no netting target within range that I want to spend a net on, so attack and rotate, I think. In fact, there is kind of perhaps a point in not rotating at all. I can step here with Adalbert. Starting to remember these guys' names. Yeah, I think I'll just attack, actually. He can still fight for a bit. And it's also less fatigue to use an attack, so do that. And like I said, probably step there instead of going for the disarming. Is there a point in using Decapitate here? Maybe. The guy is a bit wounded. So that's 11 fatigue against 7. Sure, let's go for it. Okay. No kill, but he's fleeing. Okay, use a net. And... so it is possible he immediately breaks free and steps here. That is a better net though, but he has a pretty good chance of breaking free. Would be nice to know exactly what that is. Can I see that? Can I see that? 70%. Yeah, I can actually see that. That's a bit of a cheat, maybe, that I took a look at that. Anyways, the question is, do I just equip the next net or do I move back? I think I just equip the next one. No one melee-wise can reach this spot and immediately attack for hard. So do that. And there's kind of an argument to be made to perhaps save fatigue instead of trying for this kill here. I can also get the kill for a Berserk activation on Hilmar next round. I wish I could recover in this spot. That would only be for 5 fatigue though. I'll be able to try this stun knockover, I think. Let's see, let's calculate. So 10 plus 15, yes I can. Okay, so go for it. Still unaffected. Oh, hi. Okay, that I didn't realize, that this guy was still waiting. Well, I can go for him immediately here, and I will. He should have Steel Brow, right? Yes, so I don't think I want to waste fatigue on lashing. Okay, now he's fleeing. He's also blocking this spot, which is actually a good thing. So now if the Hedge Knight breaks free, he might actually decide, since he can't reach this location, he might decide that he wants to go for a flank, as we have the high ground advantage here. Conveniently enough. Stay there. 64, the guy is riposting. I have Berserk for Gerbold. So it might perhaps be better to try to get the kill there, but I probably don't want to do that. 64. He has 3 hit points. I think I just go for it here. And best case scenario, I guess, is that this highwayman decides to move like here, so we can attack him next. It's not even enough to actually get through that armor. Okay, he has failed. So be it. Getting punished by the crossbows. Okay, that's fine though. Completely fine. 68 miss. Alright, I'd say it's going pretty well overall, considering. Without the Hedge Knight, this would be not really an easy fight, but far more reliable. Anyways, let's see. So you are done with your turn. This guy is not. He might wait, but he might also try to move within range here. I wonder, should I get the Berserk activation with this guy who's already fleeing? I think the answer is no. So the answer in that case is to wait. Oh, he did actually decide to immediately go for the kamikaze move there, which is a horrible decision for him. He has essentially no chance of being able to do anything before he dies. I have Randolph here as well. That was out of morale hits though. Does he have an ability for that? Formidable approach. Yeah, okay. Well, in that case it does make sense that he did go there, I guess, immediately, but he'll still die pretty easily. Okay, so if I start shooting the Hedge Knight, I don't think that's a good idea. If I had a heavier crossbow still, like a famed crossbow, then maybe. But instead, I think I'd rather go for one of these flimsier targets. This raider will die pretty easily. I think I'll still go for him instead of this highwayman. Has a mace. So the well, all of the weapons in their way are far more dangerous than they are in vanilla or even legends, I think, because of the Reforged and Hardened weapon perks. I suppose the swords are the least dangerous in a way. Maces are especially annoying though. Maybe I do go for the mace. Don't want to be Yeah, if this guy manages to stun someone, he also inflicts the daze. AoE daze. This guy I can probably deal with pretty easily, so actually never mind, let's go for him. And then, do I... Oh, you're out of ammunition. Oh yes, because you shot. You shot your weapon. Doesn't mean the quiver is empty. Anyways. So the Warhound I might decide to use. I will wait and see if that's something I want. You just attack, I think. Okay, nice headshot there. Am I ever moving you out of there? Maybe I am, which means if Hilmar stays put and someone's here, then that means inspiring presence for him. So I'll wait with him as well. I think I wait with Adalbert. Might be able to lower this guy's morale level. It seems that at least 2 people are dying here, probably more than that. Wait. You wait and potentially reapply the net. You wait as well. It's the waiting game. You don't wait though. See ya. Alright. And we did indeed make this guy waver. So this is wearing off. I probably want to reactivate that. Are any of you guys waiting with the crossbows? No. At this point the crossbows are probably done with being dangerous to an extent, because I can also use dogs which should be intelligent enough to perhaps go for them. And now that plenty of their allies are gone, they will be rattled and perhaps spend their AP moving around. In any case, I'll do a wait there. Oh, you rotated. That means the pillager might actually live. Anyways, Helmer probably just attacks. Attacks and moves, or attacks. Can he use the dog as well? Probably not. 15, 12, no. Could also just recover. But I think we... yeah, move here actually and then attack. That leaves the spot open. And it's also a higher chance, of course. Cannot be used after movement or having used a skill, so I can't in any case use a backup plan to use recover. I couldn't here because it's not 9 AP anyway, but you can never do that, it seems. Anyways. So I want to save the skill for Hilmar. Erwin probably recovers. I think I just outright do that. I could also run away now, try to save him from perhaps a couple of crossbow bolts. Might still happen. As well as there's this guy. Can probably block his path though. I'll just recover. Okay, that's good for us. Very good. Fails to break 370. Also uses Whirling Death. Alright. And actually, yeah, Winric, I keep forgetting. He does have Berserk as well as Battle Flow. So if I get the kill here, what will Hilmar do? Instead, should I go for this guy? Would that be a kill? I don't believe so. Probably not. But yeah, it's probably best to just leave this target for... Yeah, probably. Do that. Do nothing else, I guess. Though, if I were to step here, then I can step where he was with Gerhard, which is also Inspiring Presence. That's for Randulf, Fahad, and Erwin. Well, this guy will be gone, so... Randulf... Well, mostly it's just Randulf. But he's already using Unstoppable. max effect. So he's going to get fatigued out very quickly. So I don't think there's a point in moving there with Gerhard. So probably just stay put with Winric. This one, the Highwayman might decide to move here though. Can he? No, he can't. He would have to move through Fahad's zone of control. So I think Winric stays put. He laughs just as he's about to die. Now that's the right attitude. Okay, there's the kill. And then attack this guy, I guess. Also, this one is now fleeing. Okay. Nice to see. So it's actually pretty likely that the Hedge Knight will not be engaged in melee. Of course, like I said, I would like to get his stuff. I don't know, we'll see. So yeah, it seems like the best move with Hilmar is to move here. That's only a 41. If I kill this guy... Oh, you've rallied. In that case, I guess I definitely don't want to kill this guy. Well, that leaves me with one choice. Get the lucky hit in. I think he also stays where he is. That protects Erwin, who's really doing badly. Also is more in range of potential targets. And I think I don't use the dog, because the dog might decide to go for these three. Well, one of them. That's not a good idea. So just keep on holding there. Now that I've done this, though, I screw up my... Well, it doesn't matter. The Inspiring Presence. Would be far easier to use the Inspiring Presence if it were on a frontliner. Maybe during this run we can get someone else with high resolve, who is also a frontliner with Inspiring Presence. Anyways. Just stay where you are. And you just attack this guy. Oh. One hit and he's fleeing. Well, that's good. Don't think I want to step here though. Could step here. That protects Eswig. And enables the possibility of going for their backline next round. Also, it's a bit closer to these ones. So I'll do that. And I don't think Fahad wants to kill this guy. Does he? So the Pillager, actually, yeah, Pillager has 6 AP. Never mind. He cannot... Oh, I should have realized. He cannot move and attack. So in that case, killing this fool is pretty okay. So I'm wondering, should I kill this one, step back here, make some room? Is that actually helpful? If I want to use Randolph at the beginning of the round, it's a huge waste to attack a target that's already fleeing, especially when he doesn't have something like Battle Flow and or Berserk. So I will go for it. Oh, it's okay, sure. In that case, I could attack and stay where you are, and if he dies, then we want that body shot. It's a headshot again. 25% chance to hit the head. Well, that sucks. What I can do with Randolph is step there at the beginning of the round, though. That's a bit of a silly move, though. I don't know. We'll see. And since Eswig has taken damage, I will not do what I might otherwise do, which is go for the backline here. There's still the Highwayman with the Arming Sword, and these two to worry about. So instead... So I still have actually 2 nets on Fahad, so I probably don't need any nets on this flank, so... What the hell do you do? You could actually... This time I could actually make use of Vigilance, so do nothing. Don't really need to be attacking a guy who's fleeing, so I think I'll actually do nothing. Gerbold steps here and reuses Whirling Death. Yeah, I think so. Oh, and you are moving there. Potentially actually an intelligent move. Now though, since I want to probably keep the Unstoppable going, I guess I step here, go for the Highwayman, who has height advantage. He is wavering though. He's also bleeding. He's also using a shield, which means no double grip. So I guess I go for it, instead of killing this raider. The Highwayman might decide to step there, that's fine. One thing to consider is, though, that the Pillager here can... Well, he has a fractured hand. And the Golden Dag, I guess, is not like that dangerous at this point. Okay, fine. Gets 2 hits in, perhaps a bit luckily. Ludger, I think, starts going for the back line. Though, is there a possibility that I try to dagger the Hedge Knight? I think there is. If he does indeed, well, he's still going to engage. He's quite likely to break free now. Which means he might end up where this raider is. I wonder if the AI will ever try to take a spot that's next to a high ground. So will he, for example, move here or there? I do need to deal with the marksmen still though. So moving on them now is perhaps the best use of Ludger's action points. So I'll do that. Going for who? Hilmar instead of Erwin. He hits Hilmar, that's fine. Take a couple of hits since I made that move. What was the chance? Why is it that high? 88. Well, I guess, oh, his, Whirling Death has run out. Whoopsie daisy. That means I'm more worried about the Pillager as well. Well, he only has 46. Melee skill. Now Espik has 13 action points. Would be nice to be able to combine Vigilant with Pathfinder. Hardened has removed the sprint ability. Also, I guess it's possible that since I've not played Reforged in a bit, the sprint ability in Reforged has been either removed or modified, but that was pretty silly. And if I remember correctly, did you get that from Footwork? Or Pathfinder? Surely it's from Footwork, because it... Well, whatever. I'm not... Let's not start going off on tangents. Anyways, Hilmar waits, I think. Unless I want to get this kill now. I guess I might, actually. Yeah, also this guy might go for the rotation. Yeah, okay. Let's make some space there. Now the space is actually useful. Then you wait. Immediately stunned, since I made the space. And of course that means Winrick is also dazed. Well, it's not horrible. It's fine. You wait and probably move there. Do you wait? Maybe I don't wait, since this guy hasn't acted yet. Okay, never mind. Let's go for these two. Yeah, I guess we again go for Decapitate. Not quite. I think I'm playing okay despite making some mistakes in this battle. But definitely could have seen this going far differently. If they had just opted to hold their positions here, etc, etc. If the Hedge Knight had managed to break free from that net there. Anyways. Let's wait and see if potentially we need to try for the knockover. Probably not going to happen, maybe though. Also, since I was stunned, that means no more nets from Fahad. You don't have a net. Okay, we did get hit there. That is pretty bad for Randolph. He's not nimble, he's flexible. That means he is now pretty damn vulnerable. He does have the 9 lives though. And he is faster than these two. Yes, still is faster. Disrupted flow though. Okay, yeah, this is another thing I need to take into account that might happen at some point. Can't really rely on having initiative either. Anyways, Helmer, you probably just recover. You reload. Now the best target, of course, is the Hedge Knight. I guess we'll go for it and see how much it tickles. It actually deals a fair amount, considering. Also, curiously enough, it seems that the Hedge Knight does not have Reforged. Okay. Still probably not use the dog, I'll keep it as an option though. And now he's free. He's over there now. So yeah, like I've been saying multiple times, I would like to get his weapon at least. His armor also nice, but can't really rely on daggering. So now he's also free to move on Fahad. I think he will. He will move on Fahad. He might... let's see, 12 melee defense, high ground. I don't think one shot will kill, but he'll very easily score 2 hits eventually. But if he does do that, then he is at a disadvantage to an extent, because Winric's reach mace is within range. I think I don't try to net the Hedge Knight there. Instead, I try to lure him towards us, now that the situation is what it is. But if the Highwayman is dead in the meanwhile, which I do want, then he can move there. But he shouldn't be able to attack, since he doesn't have Vigorous Assault or anything that increases AP in ways that aren't Berserk. Combo shouldn't make a difference, as far as I see. So the plan, I guess, is to kill this guy if we are able. And then hopefully be able to nuke the Hedge Knight down, which at this point we should probably be able to do without too many difficulties. So I don't want to move Esvik here and use a net, I think. Instead, I go for the Highwayman, I guess. He'll die to 1 hit though, which I can achieve with Randolph, most likely. But should I rely on that? Maybe I shouldn't rely on it. So let's not rely on it. Headshot, of course. That's better. Alright. 6 enemies left. So at this point, the Hedge Knight should still fight back, meaning he'll engage. And we have to risk Fahad's life for that. But yeah, when we do have Winric's mace as well as nets, I think it's worthwhile. Just for the flail alone. And who knows, maybe we can even do a daggering thing. Is there a point in stepping here? Maybe. Go ahead and attack first. Am I possibly feeling confident enough to switch into the dagger? For the Hedge Knight. Not going to dagger this guy. Though his armor might have been okay. I don't think I'm confident enough. Am I? So with the net, his defenses are lowered a lot though. He does have Underdog. But also daggering is the best way to lower his resolve. So actually never mind. Let's switch into the dagger. Let's be super greedy here. We'll see if it pays off. Gerhard. Okay, Gerhard is nimble with Steel Brown, so even he perhaps might want to try to dagger the Hedge Knight. If I step here... Yeah, that should be fine, probably. Step there, take the dagger. Winrick goes for one attack, I guess. Can still stun. Does not step here, I think, since we might actually want the Hedge Knight there. Do we? Could also use Airwind there, which is perhaps better. Yeah, actually, let's do that. I could also knock back. I think Randolph probably wants to step here to immediately attack the Highwayman next round. Hedge Knight is still completely unaffected with what's been going on. I'll just attack here. Alright, and let's not use the dog, because I think it's pretty likely it goes for the Hedge Knight. Which means you do nothing. Gearbolt though. Okay, this guy is fleeing, this guy breaking. So perhaps we are done with the crossbows to an extent. So maybe just get your dagger out. See if you can maybe contribute in that way. Yeah, Ludger, continue handling the back line. Don't use the net because we want to lure the Hedge Knight. Good use it on the Highwayman. There is an argument to be made for that. Definitely. Definitely. So I think I will. He also... Yeah, he's still kind of a threat to an extent. Also has 36 melee defense, so lowering that is definitely a good idea. Though I do already have the dagger out for Hilmar. Which... Okay, maybe that was a mistake. Maybe that was too early. I'll use the net though, but definitely not use both of them. Though now that I did that, it's 25 fatigue to use the next one, so I actually can't net the Hedge Knight with... Okay, goddammit. Yet another mistake. I do have Eswig's net though, which might be usable. Anyways, just equip the next net. Probably do nothing else. Use the net next round if the situation calls for it. But I'm going to wait because I might get stunned, I guess. It's possible this guy will still be fighting. Just get rid of him. Though... Okay, there's 5 of them left. Will the Hedge Knight still fight? I can't kill the Highwayman, I don't think. I don't want to get next to him. He needs to get next to us. So that might have been a mistake. Okay, so in that case... Also, if I move here, I can, of course, be stunned if I don't manage to kill the highwayman. I don't want to attack him now. Okay, might have made a mistake again. Plenty of mistakes. It's kind of a metagaming mistake, though. Kind of. So wait, which loses the unstoppable. I suppose so. You wait. You wait. You wait. I would like to kill the marksman here as well. So... but not with you, Eswick. You have the other nets. Wait with you. Okay, Erwin can attack here though. He cannot possibly hope to kill this guy, not with his spear. So do a bit of damage. Okay. You wait. You wait. Oh, he's running away. Okay. Was that one brigand too many? Was he going to leave all the time? What I can do is send a dog after him. If I really want to get him. That might fail as well. He might just immediately kill the dog, get berserk, and start leaving. There's also the possibility if I try to chase him down with a dog. He does that, he gains confidence, and then he starts wrecking us, despite being the last man standing. I did foresee this possibility, that he would never actually get to engage with us. Oh yeah, we don't lose all of the unstoppable, we lose just one stack. That's yet another thing I have forgotten. Is there anyone who can reliably take a hit from this flail? I don't think there is. So now that we lost our opportunity to manipulate him to come to us without being able to attack, it's probably best to just let him leave. He is wavering though. Yeah, it seems like the only way to catch up to him is to use a dog. 98 melee skills still. Yeah, he has the lone wolf effect now. Of course, it's super easy once he actually starts to flee, but that's still a ways away. Well, in any case, you go for this guy. Definitely not going to be chasing him with Gerhard. I think I do let him go, sadly. That's kind of my bad. But it's also the safer option for us. Now I could use this dog still. Like I said, I should probably let him go. Let's kill these two fools though. I definitely could sacrifice a few dogs for the chance of getting the flail. I'm so torn. I'll find plenty of those later, but it's the first one I've seen. Damn it. I'll keep it vaguely as an option, I guess, as I deal with these guys. Vague option. Now, if I move here, I don't think there's any chance he decides that after all he wants to fight. I could try that though. That is with Gerhard though, who's my banner. Would be kind of hilarious if I somehow fail all of it. He does decide to fight and manages to kill Gerhard. But I think there's a pretty good chance that he possibly cannot do anything like that. So I'll give him the option to do something like that. All right. I don't think I'll use a dog though. That can backfire easily, and I just end up losing dogs. But if he now wants to fight, I'm here. I'm here! Okay, never mind. I'm still here. Would you perhaps like to have a piece of us? Don't believe he does. If he actually starts to break after this guy's dead though, maybe then I'll use a dog. He is completely unaffected. Okay, I will let him go. Well, that's kind of anticlimactic, but it's a good fight for us. Spent a lot of time in it, of course. No levels. These are the old perks. Okay, we just get things to sell, it seems. Well, there you go. It's kind of a good result. Could have been better, though. I will take it. Alright, so inventory is at 97 out of 153. We're a bit damaged. Don't need to visit Lugnistead straight away. I guess we camp for a while. Potentially go for this place next. Maybe this place all the way over here. Like I said, both of these locations are on hills though. So this Necromancer Lair here. I don't remember what's inside, but probably now we can do it. Anyways, begin with a rest. Alright, so Vander is getting converted. Show him the darkness. Vander is now a cultist. Okay, that's good. There we go. Night blindness is actually a bit of a bummer during night time. But anyway, if he succeeds with the potential, then he'll be a frontliner, probably. Right. Let's head actually to the west, I think. So let's go through Hermannshof again. Head towards this camp. We'll leave the elite place be. We have enough trouble with non-elites. Oh, go in. No recruits, though I could decide to go for one of these low-tier backgrounds. I think if I go for low-tier backgrounds, though, I prefer going for those with promised potential. Onwards to Eichholz. You're also winning against the greenskins. There is a one skull contract, probably don't do it. Drive off brigands, northwest. Okay, that's the jacket plates. Since it's a one skull, I believe it also overrides what's inside. That might not be the case though, but I think it is. So I don't want to do it. There's a bunch of recruits. There is another lumberjack here. Is he okay? Probably not. He is sure-footed, but he's also a dastard. Now, I've said this before, I think Dastard can be removed, but I might be misremembering that. He has a decent perk lineup. I'll just leave him though. Out of curiosity, selling price 17. Okay, I'll sell some things, I think. Keep one mallet. Military picks. I might use like one of them. Maybe. Oh, that's... okay. That's not what I meant to sell. Okay. Could make a direwolf belt mantle. Maybe make like one of them. I'd rather keep them for... Can I actually see? I should be able to see, right? Yeah, additional fur padding, but you only need one of those for that. I'll make one, sure. And then immediately apply it to something like one of these armors. Okay, that's... there's no stamina penalty from this. Let's use it here on Hilmar. How many do I have left? 4. I guess I can make another, sure. Fine. We can kill more of those. Let's give that to Randulf, probably, on this basic mail shirt. Unless I switch out these. So this is 10 stamina. Yeah, maybe I make that switch, actually. So you're actually nimble, so actually use that. This can go perhaps unused or maybe on Fahad, actually. So you are out of nets. I am kind of out of nets in general. I have one here. For now, you can have a pike. And like I said, you can have the direwolf belt mantle on that. Okay. And probably leave. No, let's get the roots and berries. Let's eat healthily. Onwards to Schwertfeste. There is a two-skull contract here. Head Chopper's Grotto, northwest of Dornburg. Okay, that's actually close by, so I think I will accept it. So gets us closer to our ambition being done. That's here. Alright, check the weaponsmith first. Nothing famed. Any cultists around? No. Right. So let's just head on over to the grotto. We see, it seems, nothing along the way. Alright, so we'll do this. Okay, we'll face orc warriors for the first time. We'll do this next time. So, yeah, pretty long fight there in the bandit camp. But, yeah. Anyways, didn't even get to kill the hedge knight. A little bit disappointing, but no one died, so good result. Anyways, thanks for watching, and I shall see you next time.